You're 5 years old. You're sitting in a cart that smells like gasoline and burnt rubber. Your dad spent his entire savings to get you here. And right now, right this second,
Dad.
your only job is to go faster than every other kid on this track. This is where it starts. And today, you're going to live every single stage. From this tiny cart to standing on top of the world as a Formula One world champion. Every rank, every sacrifice, every moment. Let's go. Formula One is the most expensive, most brutal, most competitive sport on the planet. Over 20,000 drivers start the journey every year. Around 20 reach the top. This is not just a career. This is a war that lasts your entire childhood, your entire youth, and most of your adult life. And we're going to live every single step of it. From the kart track in the middle of nowhere to the podium at Monaco. Buckle up. Level 1, the Karting Kid. You wake up at 5:30 a.m. on a Saturday. Not because you want to. Because your dad already has the trailer hitched. And the cart is already loaded. You don't eat much, you're nervous. You're always nervous. The cart has no gearbox, no power steering, no radio. Just a tiny engine, 4 wheels and you. You hit the first corner and immediately feel it. The rear slides out. You catch it with your hands before your brain even processes it. That's the thing about karting. Your body learns faster than your mind. After the race, your dad checks the lap times on his phone. You were the fastest. Not by a lot, but faster. He doesn't say much, he never does. He just nods and starts packing the trailer. That nod means everything. You spend weekends like this for years. Different tracks, same routine. The cart, the trailer, the early mornings, the timing sheets. You don't go to birthday parties. You don't do sleepovers. You go to race tracks. And here's the thing, you wouldn't have it any other way. Wait. Before we get deeper into this, you need to understand something. Most drivers never make it past what you just saw. Most careers end at a kart track. But you're different. Let's keep going. Level 2, Formula 4 Junior Formula. You're 14 years old. And your dad has just signed a contract. That costs more than your family's house is worth. Welcome to Formula 4. This is your first proper car. 6-speed sequential gearbox. Wing slicks downforce. The first time you brake for turn 1 at 180 km/h. You feel your face being pulled forward inside the helmet. Your neck strains to keep your head up. This is a completely different world. After qualifying, you sit with the engineer for an hour. He shows you the data, every corner, every meter. He shows you where you're slower than your teammate. You feel slightly sick. You thought you drove well. The data disagrees. That night, you go back to the hotel room. You eat a sad pasta from the restaurant downstairs and watch your onboard footage until midnight. You pause it, rewind, pause, rewind. Corner by corner. You're not the fastest yet, but you will be. By the end of the season, you've won 3 races. You're on the radar. A small radar, but still. Level 3, Formula 3. You're 17 now. The paddock feels bigger. The motorhomes are bigger. The pressure is bigger. Your parents are investing everything. You know it. They never say it, but you know it. Formula 3 is where drivers get found or lost. The margins are tiny. A tenth of a second in qualifying separates first from 10th. You're in Monaco qualifying. It's raining. The walls are everywhere. You're pushing so hard your hands shake between laps. One mistake, one tiny mistake, and you're in the barriers. Season over, career potentially over. You get P3. Your engineer shouts on the radio. You don't celebrate. You immediately think about what you could have done to get P1. That's when you know you're built for this. And someone else notices too. There's a man in a team jacket standing at the pit wall. He's been watching you all weekend. He works for a Formula 2 team. He doesn't say anything yet. He just watches. Level 4, Formula 2. Formula 2. This is the last step before the big one. You're 19, and for the first time in your life, you're racing at the same venues, on the same weekends. As Formula 1, you walk through the F1 paddock to get to your garage. The F1 cars sit there under their covers. The mechanics move around them like they're handling something sacred. You try to look calm. You're not calm. Formula 2 is brutal. The cars are almost equal, so races come down to pure instinct. Dive bombs, contact, strategy calls you get 10 seconds to respond to. You get punted in Bahrain. You retire in Barcelona. You win in Silverstone in front of 150,000 people. And you don't even have time to enjoy it. Because the next race is in 3 weeks. Behind the scenes, it's a different race entirely. Your manager is calling sponsors. Your family is calling banks. An F1 team has sent a message. It says 3 words that keep you awake at night. Scene, Stickman studying telemetry at 1 a.m. Hotel room, empty energy drink cans. You study the telemetry. You study the competitors. You study yourself. You find your weakness. You're losing 2/10 in the high-speed corners. You work on it every single day. 2/10, 2/10, 2/10. By the end of the season, you've almost fixed it. Almost. If you're enjoying this journey, and trust me, it's about to get real. Because what comes next? This is where everything changes. Level 5, Formula 1 reserve driver. You made it. Sort of. You are now a Formula 1 reserve driver. Which means you are in Formula 1. But you're not really in Formula 1. Your office is the simulator. You drive it for 6 hours a day. You drive the same corner 500 times to get the setup data for the race drivers. You go home, you eat, you sleep. You come back and do it again. On race weekends, you stand on the pit wall. You watch the car you should be driving, going around the track without you. Every lap, every overtake, every pit stop. You watch, and you wait. And then one morning in July, your phone rings. It's the team principal. One of the race drivers has appendicitis. They need you in the car. In 4 days. In Singapore. You don't panic. You've been ready for this since you were 5 years old. You book the flight before he even finishes the sentence. The car is tighter than the simulator told you. It's louder, it's angrier. The team radio crackles. And you go. Your first lap in a Formula 1 car in a race. P17, nothing to lose. You push. You finish P13. You outpace the other reserve driver in the sister team, who's been in F1 for a full season. The team says nothing official. But at the debrief, the team principal shakes your hand and holds it slightly longer than usual. You have a seat. Level 6, Formula 1 Backmarker team. an actual confirmed full-season Formula One seat. The bad news: the team is ninth in the Constructors' Championship. Their budget is one-fifth of the top teams. Their car is slow. The good news: you are a Formula One driver. Your name is on the side of the car. You stand there for a moment longer than you planned. You've imagined this since you were 5 years old. In a kart with a too big helmet. You take a photo. You don't post it, you save it. Just for you. Qualifying in Bahrain. P19. You know it before you even look at the screen. The car doesn't have the pace. The floor is last year's concept. The engine is a customer unit with fewer modes than the works teams. You start P19. You finish P16. You beat nobody. But you finish the race cleanly, without a mistake. The engineer says. You nod. You know that's code for. But here's what nobody sees from the outside. Inside that garage, you are building something. You give the engineers detailed feedback after every lap. Things the sensors can't capture, the way the rear shifts under braking in turn 7. The front vibration that shows up at the end of a stint. You become the most valuable development tool the team has. In Monaco, you start P14. Chaos in the race, strategy works. You cross the line P10. 1 point. One single championship point. The whole garage erupts. People are crying. You hold it together on the radio. You wait until you're back in the garage and your helmet is off. Then you let yourself feel it. Just for a second. 1 point. Worth more than any podium in F2. 2 years pass. Level 7, Formula One midfield driver. You've proven yourself. A midfield team comes calling. Not the top. Not the bottom. The place where races are actually won and lost. On intelligence, not just machinery. Qualifying in Austin. The car responds. You push through the last sector. Flat through turn 17, flat. Nobody else is going flat. You are. P5. Your best ever qualifying result. The team goes mental on the radio. Your engineer is screaming numbers at you. You're 5/10 off pole. 5/10. In the race, you battle with drivers who have been in F1 for 7, 8 years. Drivers you watched on TV as a teenager. You hold position. Then you find a gap. A tiny gap. And you take it. You finish third. First podium. You're standing on the Monaco podium. The crowd is below you. The sun is setting over the harbor. You put the trophy up and think. Just for 1 second. About your dad. The trailer. The kart. The 5:30 a.m. mornings. He calls you after the podium. He can barely speak. You don't say much either. You don't need to. You become a known name. Brands want you. Fans know your number. You're in the middle of the pack, but in F1. Middle of the pack is still the best 20 drivers on the planet. Level 8, Formula One top team driver. The call you've been waiting for your whole life. A top team. Not just any top team. One that wins championships. One that builds the cars the others try to copy. The factory is the size of an airport. There are 700 people working here. Every single one of them is here to help you win. The aerodynamics department alone has more PhDs than most universities. The car feels like nothing you've ever driven. It's not just faster, it's smarter. It communicates with you. The steering wheel has 42 buttons and 7 dials. You spend 2 weeks just learning what they do. In this team, the feedback loop is different. You say, by the next morning, they've run the simulation, found the cause, and given you 3 setup options. You don't just drive the car. You help build it. You lead your first race from pole. 40 laps. Clear air. No pressure. Just you and the circuit. Your engineer checks in every 5 laps. Pace is good. Gap is growing. You win. Not a strategic win. Not a lucky win. You dominated from start to finish. This is the moment every F1 driver dreams about. You cross the line and you let yourself scream. On the radio, on the team, in front of millions of people watching around the world. You scream. In the garage, they're all jumping. 200 people who worked a 100-hour week to make this car go faster. And it did. By mid-season, you're fighting for the championship. Every race weekend is a chess match. Setup strategy, tire management, head games with your teammate. Your teammate, by the way, is a 3-time world champion. And you're pushing him. Level 9, Formula 1 world champion. Final race of the season. Abu Dhabi. You are level on points with your teammate. Winner takes the world championship. This has never happened before in this team. Not like this. You sit in the garage 1 hour before the race. The mechanics give you space. You close your eyes. You don't think about the championship. You don't think about the crowd, the cameras, the points. You think about turn 1. That's it. Get through turn 1. The lights go out. You both launch off the line. Side by side into turn 1. You leave him enough room. He does the same. You both come through clean. 50 laps of chess. Your team calls an undercut. His team responds. You come out of the pit side by side. Your tires are 2 laps older. But your pace is stronger. You push. Final lap. 0.6 of a second ahead. You don't lift. You don't celebrate early. You just drive. Every corner like it's the most important corner of your life. Because it is. The checkered flag drops. For 1 full second, silence. Then the radio. You are the world champion. You stop the car at the side of the circuit. You climb out. You kneel on the asphalt. You put both hands on the ground. And you stay there for 5 seconds. Just you. The track. Everything you've ever sacrificed to be here. From a cold kart track at 5:30 in the morning to the most watched sport on the planet. 20 years. 1 goal. World champion. That's what it takes. Not just talent. Not just money. Not just the right car. It takes everything. Every single rank, every single sacrifice, every single early morning leads to this moment. And you lived it. If you want more POV videos like this, different careers, different worlds, hit subscribe right now. The button's right there. Every week we drop a new life for you to live. See you in the next one.